We started doing stories in November about discolored water in Hattiesburg, and tonight we're on your side finding out what's causing the problem. We had the water independently tested by experts to answer your question: is it safe to drink? It doesn't matter who you are or where you live.
If there's one thing that is extremely important to everyone, it's water, and clean, healthy water.
Especially when you're running a restaurant like T-Bone's Records and Cafe owner Harry Crumpler. While he understands things like fire hydrant testing can occasionally cause discolored water,
we started noticing it happening more and more and more.
Sitting between North 22nd and 21st Avenues, T-Bone shares the same Hattiesburg neighborhood with residents who have complained about brown water for months. That water is taking a toll on its industrial filtration system that ensures coffee, teas, and soda are all made with clean water.
When you start looking at how much we're having to maintain our filtration system, normally that would be a twice a year thing for us. Right now, it's a 6 to 8 times a year thing for us.
Having clear water is essential for the cafe, but the extra work to keep it clean comes at an extra cost.
So basically, we're talking about an extra $1,200, maybe $1,500 a year to maintain the quality of our water.
Crumpler says he's been paying for it for almost 2 years, which makes him think about residents in the surrounding neighborhoods.
The water is brown in our house, and this is just an example of all the whites, all my shirts, all my sheets, all the white towels have been ruined.
Who don't have that same kind of filtration system.
It's not just a question of aesthetics, as we were talking about. It's a question of what's making it that color.
That's what we wanted to find out. What's in the water, and is it safe to drink? We sent a sample from a Parkhaven neighborhood home to be tested by experts at drinking water specialists. The lab tests for more than 100 different things, from metals to chemicals, to compare how much is in the water to levels set by the EPA. Hattiesburg's water had small amounts of things like copper, iron, and lead, but nothing over the limits.
It's unsightly. It's not something that, again, that we want to be known for, but it's one of the things that with a 135-year-old city that you have to contend with.
Even if it's not a health concern,
what the sediment and things in the water can do is ruin equipment, stain things, cause plumbing issues.
the city agrees. Hattiesburg's engineer says it's iron deposits in the water causing the discoloration, and the city's already working on ways to reduce that. Most of the complaints about water color are coming from old neighborhoods with pipes so small they can fit in a sandwich-sized Ziploc bag.
Is that water line?
That's one of our water lines, yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
I mean, you're talking infrastructure 50 to 100 years old.
Upping the size means less pressure and scraping on the sides of the lines as the water flows through, hopefully leading to less iron and fewer bits of pipe mixed in. The city's also working to find and fix dead-end lines and broken valves to keep water flowing freely.
We have lines that are not connected. Some of these things happened back in the 50s. So it's not to point blame or to say that anybody is doing anything wrong, but we just need to find out how we can solve this.
Hattiesburg's also upgrading one of its water plants with new filters to remove any iron coming from the groundwater. So when can residents and restaurants expect to see relief?
We're moving just as fast as we can.
We wouldn't want to tear up the entire city at one time, was the statement that was made. We've got to decide which neighborhoods are going to be first. That's a question.
If it was one solution, we'd be out there right now digging up streets to do it, but it's not one solution.
So as city projects get underway, Crumpler says he'll keep paying to keep his water clear.
I never enjoy an additional expense. I'm happy to pay this one. I would like to see it be less of a necessity in the future.
As for how long those projects will take and what they'll cost, the city's engineer says ideally he'd like to spend $500,000 to $1 million on water line repair and replacement every year. At that rate, he estimates it'll take 5 to 7 years to fix different areas throughout the city. Carrie?